Bro, I'm not even gonna cap. She sound like Shakira. Is that Shakira? Is that Shakira?
Okay.
Yo, what up? It's your boy Black with Black TV. We're giving reviews and hip hop news. And today, Lil Yachty has finally released his special album that's been leaked everywhere and everything like that. Let's start here. But first, don't forget to hit subscribe to Black TV for more views, more reactions. Hit that like button, and in the comment section below, tell me what differences you like from the leaked version and this album. It might not even be the same one, but I'm finna react to it. Put that in the comment section below and let me know. So yeah, a couple of weeks ago, Lil Yachty album was previously leaked all over the web, all over the internet. I didn't listen to none of it because I know this was something very special. Instead of actually this being a rap album, this is more of like a melodic album. And I really hope it's more in the lanes of how Poland sound. So enough of me talking. Let's go ahead and jump into, let's start here with track 1, the Black Seminole. Yo, first of all, look at this cover art. Like, like I don't know the whole meaning of what this cover art is actually trying to portray, but it looks creepy, bro. It look like some Halloweenish type shit. Symbol, a black Seminole. Man, it's coming in sounding like some kind of 1970s soul hippie music. A sex symbol, the black Seminole. The kid is now a man. I think Lil Yachty purposely tried to make this song sound 70s soulish, and I'm not actually mad about that. Like, if he's going for that route for how this particular song to sound, is hitting the mark, but it's just not my cup of tea. This is just not in the lane of something that I will actually listen to. It just feels like a Tarantino movie. My thing is, who did this guitar solo? Cause this guitar solo is wild, bro. Now, I'm not gonna front. Like, that guitar solo right there, that shit sounding good. It sounded real good. But it's halfway through the song right now, and it's still 2 more minutes. So I'm just wondering what's gonna go on for this last 2 minutes. Like, bro, Yachty really think he was in the 70s when he made this track, man. So that was track 1, Black Seminole. Straight up 70s vibe. Now, I'm not gonna lie, if you like 70s music, like nostalgia with the nostalgia factor in there, it's cool. I'm just saying, I know going into this album, it's gonna be a lot of different. It's really probably not gonna be hip hop. Majority of this album is not gonna be hip hop, so I'm kind of expecting more of like this, maybe in a different lanes of genres. But I know this is gonna be a very melodic Lil Yachty album, and like I said, I haven't heard the leaked version, but if I would have heard the leaked version, I probably wouldn't even do no reaction to this if this was leading up into that. So I don't even know if this was on the lead because I haven't listened to it. Next track, The Ride. Don't ask no questions on the ride. This song right here sounds like just like another 70s track. I know he said in an interview that this was gonna be a melodic album, but let me be open-minded. let me be open-minded.
Baby, you just get a hype, just close your eyes. Making eye contact is suicide. Yeah.
I ain't even gonna trip. It's slick slapping though. It's slick slapping though.
I'm feeling D, riding on E. A shopping spree may feel the V. V as in void.
Once again, another track with a 70s melodic vibe. I really don't know who actually was that on the track with Yachty, but for that type of music, that genre, it's okay. It's okay. But once again, it's not my cup of tea. It's not my cup of tea. Next track, Running Out of Time.
Watch it, girl. Don't ever tell me lies.
Oh my God, man. I can tell you already that none of these tracks is going on my playlist. But now it's like I'm in a reviewer mode right now. Me personally, I think this album sounds garbage right now, just off the ripper. But Black TV reviewer mode, it actually slaps because just the type of genre he's actually is aiming for, it actually sounds pretty good. I don't think the average listener is gonna like this. It depends on the what average listener actually likes. If the average listener likes 70s music, he's gonna love this album. I mean, yo, Running Out of Time. Out of the 3 tracks I listened to so far, track 1 sounds better out of the 3 I heard so far. Next track is Pretty with a lower P.
Come bust this pussy open.
Hey, this John slap right here though. He using the same effect he used in Poland on this track right here. I just like how it come on. The instrumental, this sounds really good to me.
Don't test me. I'm too sexy.
You know what this song actually reminds me of? It actually reminds me of 70s corn music. And I don't mean that with a C in it. I don't mean that with a C, bro.
I keep a bleeding piece. She's like keeper, so I do have the receipt.
Yo, who is that flowing like that on that song? Put in the comments and let me know who that is, cause he doesn't have any features on here to where it's features on this album. It's just he just didn't put them on the track list.
Aren't when you're born and when you die, but when you met me, when we became us.
What?
So that was Pretty. You know, I liked it all the way to the end, except when she was doing a little monologue. Like this so far right now, it's 2 out of 4. 2 out of 4. Next track, Failure.
I've seen Failure a few times. More recently than before, actually.
This slick sound like Purple Rain. Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
It's quite interesting how much more complicated things get when you become quote unquote rich. And I realize that, some people can't feel what they haven't seen.
I like the fact that he's explaining the differences between different people's failures and his. It's kind of deep, but I think this is like an interlude. This is more of like an interlude.
But Failure, oh man, Failure, that took time to understand.
Yo, this is dope though. I wouldn't have made this beat an interlude to where he's describing failures as far as, don't give up, just get up and try again. I like the message. Should have made it more into a song. That's just my preference. That's just my preference. Next track is The Zone.
I'm so far gone. None of my peers were really there.
Sunshine and moonlight make a tough time.
Now, to me, it's getting to the point where some of the tracks are getting repetitive. I don't know if it's the instrumentals. It might be the instrumentals. The instrumentals damn near all sounds the same, for excluding one or two tracks. But now it's like it's getting really repetitive. I think going into this project, it was a brilliant idea. But now what sets aside the great idea is now everything sounds more of repetitive. Like, I hate to compare it to Bruno Mars and Anderson .Paak album, Silk Sonic. Like, it's like he wanted to go in that same direction, just like how they did. But the only difference is with Silk Sonic and Let's Start Here, it just sounds more repetitive. And I'm not saying as far as the context of the songs, it's just the instrumental choices that's making it sound repetitive. If that makes any sense.
A non-chivalrous tone, never meant to make you feel alone.
And this song right here, this sounds more like her song instead of Lil Yachty's, because she sounds way better on the Zone than Lil Yachty. Just my opinion. Just my opinion.
But now I know that you love me.
I'm not gonna lie. This out of the 6 tracks, this is the most boring track on the album. Like, I like her vocals. I do. I actually like her vocals. It just, this sounds like one of the tracks where you want somebody featured on the track with you and you try to cater the song more to that artist. And when the artist actually makes the song, it sounds more of like their song than yours. This is exactly the prime example of what I'm talking about right here. I say this in majority of all my OG videos. Next track, We Saw the Sun. Like, I was not kidding about what I was saying. This song sounds just as much as the last 6 songs on this album.
I cannot stop touching.
Now that vocal right there, it sounded good. It sounded good. I like when Yachty vocalizes vocals like that. Did that make any sense? Vocalize his vocals? I guess. That was We Saw the Sun. And I must say, like, don't get me wrong. Like, what he's doing here is a great idea. It's a great idea. But the only thing that's not putting it over that limit to make it a great, good album is that it's just all the songs sound repetitive. And I don't mean that in context of the content of what he's saying on each song, because obviously each song has a different meaning. You can't tell me, even a Lil Yachty fan, you cannot tell me that majority of these tracks sounds the same, because it's just by the song sounding like that, the repeat listening factor to this album will die out quick. I'm just saying, it will die out quick. Next track, Drive Me Crazy. Now we get 2 tracks, a track that actually sounds like it belongs on this album, but it's different. Like, this feels like more of a dance type track, like a dance floor upbeat type track. All the other tracks is like a more laid back melodic type music, and we get all the way right, bro. We get all the way to track 8, and now it sounds different. We halfway through the album already.
Don't just anybody.
Bro, I'm not even gonna cap. She sound like Shakira. Is that Shakira? Is that Shakira?
Okay.
I just can't walk away. You drive me crazy. I lose that.
I'm gonna tell you why this song isn't good for this album. We already 2 minutes in this song, and this might be one of the most it might be arguably one of the best tracks on this album so far. We halfway through it, but where's Lil Yachty at? Where's Yachty?
Imagine me.
Oh, there you go.
Circling through life with the picture when you ride. I'm mistaken, thinking you were taking, knowing that you were always.
Now I understand why Yachty wasn't first on this song, because he just made the quality of the song go down. Can't tell me Yachty don't sound good on this track.
I lay night on sin, still a Christian, don't tell my demons.
Like the last part of that song, when everything slowed down. Like, why would you slow down? Why would you slow down on a dance up tempo 70s track? I don't know, bro. I don't know, bro. And that might have been my best song, but now it's like, now I'm indecisive. Next track, I've officially lost vision. Man, it sound like they taking out the trash. It sound like they taking out the trash, bro. What's going on in the background? Okay. Okay, so this supposed to be like the grunge rock song of the album. I get it. Man, like, it's like it's going downhill from right now. Like, I understand what he was exactly trying to do with this song, like trying to make a grunge rock type track for this context of the body build of this album. But Lil Yachty, I don't know, bro. I just don't know about this, bro.
Save your tears for when you get old. These niggas out there.
Man, like, it's like she's almost on every track. Now it just really seems like he's using her as a cheat code. Like, he's really using her as a cheat code. Because every time she pops up on the track, she actually does make the track sound way better. If this was her album and she was on majority of the tracks, this will actually sound like a great album, like a contender to maybe possibly one of the best albums of the year if it was her album. Because every song that I actually heard her on sounds good. But I don't know, man. Yachty, man. I'm sorry, man. Like I said before, I'm sticking beside exactly what I said. Like, every time she shows up, the song sounds great. And then when Yachty come in, it's like Hindenburg. It's like... Next track, Say Something. Like, now his vocals sound pretty decent on this track right here. This song, once again, it's in the same lane of what I was saying out of everything else. Like, I like the messages he's having in these tracks. It's not a lot of context as far as lyrics in these songs, and I know it's a melodic album. I know, a 70s melodic album, but to me, it's just the same old. It just sounds the same, bro. Bars. Bars. So it goes into a whole nother song. So that will Say Something. And I like it. I like the track. I even like the switch up at the end of the song too. I like that. Next track is Paint the Sky.
You got me drinking, smoking. I might overdose on your love. You get me high.
Like, I just hope whenever he does a music video for any of these songs, filming in a format, like in the 70s old fashioned format. It's only right. It's only right because, and out of all the tracks I listened to so far, this needs to be a video because I can visually see what he's saying in this song. Like painting the sky for you, like it's deep. Like I could see that.
You got me drinking, smoking, I'm over.
I ain't gonna lie, that track was decent. That track was decent. It's not good enough. It's not good enough to go on my playlist, but it's decent. It's decent. Next track, Should I Be? I'm sorry, bro. Like all these tracks sound the same. It sound the same. This track sound like more of like a Miami-ish Vice City type. I could see that being played in that kind of atmosphere. I mean, yeah, and another thing, it's like majority of these tracks, he's spilling his heart out to some woman that he's overdosing on love, and you know he'll paint the sky for you and all this. Like I understand, like it's slick simp music. I mean, it's simp music.
When it rains, it pours, 48 blows.
Yeah, like I was saying, this track is alright. It had a little switch up in it to where it sounded different, of like a Florida on a beach type track, but it ain't no different than any other track on this album. Next track, The Alchemist. Now, when I seen this on the track list, I'm like, okay, this might be this might be the hip hop song of the album. Maybe.
Sucker.
What the fuck, y'all? God damn!
And this goes exactly back to what I was saying earlier. Every song she gets on, the song sounds just a little bit better. It's like he using her as a cheat code.
Bitch, we go super crazy for the back end. Ain't no doubt.
Don't try to show me down.
You know, you want to know something? I would rather listen to this being her album than Yachty album. I was kind of disappointed with this track right here because I mean I had different high hopes of what this song could have been, but once again it's like right in the same lane as majority of the tracks on this album. And whoever this female is, like she sounds good on the tracks that she's on, but Yachty. And for the last track, Reach the Sunshine.
Staring in the mirror and what do I see? Feel my touch. Yeah.
Hey, this is one of the tracks that sound slightly different than all the other ones. This sounds more of like a Western 70s type feel. I like when Old Buddy came in. I don't know who this guy is, but I like how he came in and then Yachty crept in the song, and I'm like, oh, I forgot this album was called Let's Start Here. It's a Yachty album.
The sunshine. Why shouldn't I? I'm a bad man.
Nice outro. It's a nice outro now. So that was Yachty's way different album, Let's Start. And let's start here. First of all, no pun intended. I had high hopes for this album. Like, I was really advocating for this album. Like, I said, Brandon, don't listen to the leaks. Don't listen to the leaked album. Just wait until his, he drop his album, and you're gonna do a great reaction review, and you're gonna like it. Cause I knew it was gonna be something special right off of what he said in his interviews. And I must say, I'm kind of slightly disappointed, just a tad bit. But let's go ahead and start off with the likes. I love the fact that he went out on a limb and he actually tried something different and got out of his comfort zone. This is basically a 1970s Yachty album. A 1970s Yachty album. I think he really tried to use the formula Silk Sonic used and tried to put it in his own. But just by listening to this album, this actually makes me want to go back and actually hear what that leaked album sounded like. The only flaws I really have, well, it's a bunch of flaws, but the biggest flaws I actually have with this album is like, it's repetitive. Majority of the songs on this album is repetitive. It's only like 4 tracks on here that actually sounded like it was actually had thought into the song, but it had a different kind of feeling into it. Like, for example, on track 4, Pretty, you can tell that was like a 1970s go-go type dance song. But Black Seminole, The Ride, and Run Out of Time, you can't tell me, like, if I randomly just play certain songs in a certain type of role, you couldn't tell me what was the difference in those songs. Unless you really listen to the lyrics and listen to him, what he's saying, you couldn't tell me just based off of your second listen. But I will say the features that was on it, the people that actually featured on this album, actually made this album sound better than it would have sounded if Yachty wasn't on it. And that, in my opinion, kind of hold it up to the standard where it's not garbage. It's not completely garbage. But I will say, for my reviewer response is that it's a certain kind of taste to this album that certain people will actually like this album. It's just not for me. It's just not for me. My favorite song, of course, is, like I said, is track 4, Pretty. And I really wasn't expecting a 1970s album. I was really expecting more of like a Poland type album where he has like modern day instrumentals where he's more melodic on it. I would rather have listened to that than this right here. But I'm not gonna knock Yachty for leaping and trying something new. I just don't think it's gonna meet his expectations, what I think he was trying to reach. So I'm gonna go ahead and give Let's Start Here a 5 out of 10. I mean, I don't think the average listener would actually like this album. But then again, if you're a diehard Yachty fan and you like 1970s music, you are gonna love this album. I just think he dropped the ball on certain areas on this album to where it could have been a great album, to where he was trying to make a 1970s Yachty album. If he was the quarterback, he threw too many interceptions in order to make this win on this album, if that makes any sense. But the most important question is, what do you think of Yachty's brand new album, Let's Start Here? Do you like it? Do you love it? Where am I wrong? What do you actually agree with me with? What is your favorite track on Let's Start Here? Put that in the comment section below. Don't forget to hit subscribe, hit that like button, add me on all my social media platforms at Black Music, BLACMUZIC. And until next time, I holla next time on Black TV.